So can we meet you, sir?
Yeah, I'm Jomo Akpore. It is.
All right. Who was the first Onotuku or traditional prime minister of Orogun, and what necessitated his emergence?
The first Onotuku of Orogun Kingdom was Idise, who happens also to be my great grandfather. I'm a direct descendant of his. And one of the major reasons what would have necessitated his being Onotuku was that he was nominated by Orogun people because Orogun people came into the present geographical area due to violent circumstances from above. Prior to that, from Sobo quarters in present-day Benin, and they never really found peace. And if you know, Orogun is east and west. The eastern part of Orogun is Unukbo, and the western part of Orogun is Umusu. But prior to that, the 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 present day westerners of Orogun, the Umusus, were in Unukbo. And due to the violent situations and confrontations they had on the southern side with the Isoko brethren up to Emevo, then Abi on the eastern side, and they had to make changes. And that necessitated them, the Oroguns having an Onotuku who's the equivalent, well, today we say it's a prime minister, but it's the equivalent of a generalissimo. And with that, Ogbukorobia was formed, where they took all the able-bodied youths and stationed them in Ogbukorobia, the present-day Ogbukorobia. In fact, it was almost like a cantonment, or almost like a military cantonment, if you were to look at that today. Well, however, the history is replete with violence, and luckily today is not so again. But make no mistakes about it. History may not repeat itself, but people tend to repeat history.
All right. So how relevant are the roles and responsibilities of the Onotuku or traditional prime minister of Orogun in modern times in relation with the security challenge we face as a kingdom? Security challenges like kidnapping, like herders, farmers clash, and all that.
Well, the good thing about it, when we talk about contemporary Orogun and the Onotukuship, the good thing about it is that we have someone in the capacities of Chief Dugu the Fenogo. He's an asset not only to Orogun, but you can say that globally due to his professional experiences. Having worked with the most trained and the most violent units on planet Earth, I think he has the experiences and the capacities to assist in terms of security measures in Orogun itself and the environs. So I think it is for the good and betterment of the systems in Orogun.
Okay, so you see his emergence as a round peg in a round hole.
Very much so. A round peg in a round hole, and abundantly so. You do not know if the leadership of Orogun could come together and work together transparently, then it's better for the people. For example, there were intentions to build a university in Orogun many years ago, and due to leadership failures in the country and in the system, the university that was to be built in Orogun only ended up as Orogun Grammar School, Orogun. So you would have thought, or you would think, that that Oroguns would take it up upon themselves and build a university for themselves because the foundations have been laid. It is that same template that was used by Senator Ovioma Agege to establish a polytechnic in Orogun, a federal polytechnic. And in saying that, you can see that it is also possible to have, using Orogun as an example, to have a tertiary institution in every local government in this country. Not only in this country, you can also have these same institutions 7 kilometers from each other. Because during the UPN days when Governor Ambrose Ali was governor of Bendel State, Chief Jomo Akpore, as deputy governor himself, took it upon himself to establish land grant based institutions across the state, across Bendel State, and they were 7 kilometers from each other. It's similar, you can compare that to community colleges in the United States of America where they award associate degrees. So 7 kilometers from each community, we could also do that. But I doubt it presently, considering our mindsets. I doubt it.
All right. Very soon, the Federal Polytechnic will be doing their first matriculation.
Yes.
So, do you see the Federal Polytechnic as an answer to the dream of Chief Jomo Akpore, who actually wanted to, to establish a university in the then Bendel State,
Midwest,
then a Midwest State, and then Bendel State only was the deputy governor to Professor Ambrose Ali. So do you see the Federal Polytechnic as an answer to that his dream?
It's not a direct answer, but it's a contribution. It's a contribution to his dream because the template for Orogun Grammar School is what has been improved upon to give Orogun a federal polytechnic. And we can also do that in every local government.
Okay. So what are your thoughts about the state of the nation? Nigeria generally, with all the challenges, opportunities, and all that. So what are your thoughts about the state of the nation?
The truth is that the average Nigerian runs and operates in denial. We have not been able to develop ourselves to a point where we'll say this is a nation state. This is what those who fought for independence were yearning for. Because, frankly speaking, we are running a failed state. Nigeria is a failed state. If Nigeria were not to be a failed state, we will not have hoodlums and thugs killing 17 military officers, still serving the country diligently or faithfully. On active duty, you have a battalion commander killed by urchins, a colonel, and his second in command is mowed down by urchins. A major and another major is mowed down. Then the captain for the commander of headquarters is also mowed down. It's very sad. Oh, very, very sad. Under normal circumstances, that lieutenant colonel should have been in control of 30 miles radius of wherever he was as at that point. Now, these security lapses indicate to us that our youths are now saying that even our military is not in command and control of violence. And as a matter of fact, they are just boldly telling us that the nation state, Nigeria, headed by a commander-in-chief and president of the Federal Republic, has no monopoly of violence, even under the law. So when you have thugs coming to kill a command unit and their headquarters, then that tells us a lot of things about the security lapses of the country. We are just almost running coffins on wheels. We're in denial. We're in denial. Even as bad as they say Abacha was, that would not happen. And it is only happening because the Nigerian state has allowed the proliferation of private armies. Every neighborhood in the Niger Delta is so armed, sophisticatedly armed, a proliferation of arms is unchecked, unabated. Sometimes they are more armed than the military units, the government units. So every we yelled years ago that Odumegu Ojukwu was a rebel. So we ended up with Biafra. But today, every neighborhood in the Niger Delta, or even in the northeast, with Boko Haram and Sambisa Forest, these are all potential Biafras. If Chief Awolowo told us many years ago, in 1978 to 79, that if we rig the elections, we'll rig Nigeria out of existence, he was not wrong. He was not wrong. And Ojukwu, during Chief Awolowo's funeral, said that Chief Awolowo, was the best president Nigeria never had. Ojukwu was not wrong. Ojukwu was not wrong. So whether we have elections, we don't have any elections, it's still the same thing. We're only just reinventing the wheels. It's no different. Not until the problem of Nigeria is not it's not the leaders that Nigeria has had in the last years. It's the citizenry. If you want a good leader, you will get a good leader. If you want a bad leader, you will get a bad leader. If you want an incompetent leader, you will get an incompetent leader. So it's the people. It's the people. And a lot of times we are told that the people get what they deserve because they put those people there. If you put human beings in leadership positions, you will get results. If you put mammalian creatures in leadership positions, it's the same thing.
All right. Any final words, sir?
Well, let's all continue to hope for the best for Nigeria.